welcome to another Conversations in South St. Paul. I am Mayor Jimmy Francis of the city of South St. Paul, the center of the universe, and I am with the heartbeat of South St. Paul, Steve Mankowski. Welcome, Steve.
Welcome. Good morning. How are you?
Great.
Great.
Can you tell me how many years you've been in South St. Paul or connected to South St. Paul before we get started?
Connected to South St. Paul. I was a graduate of 1970 and from South St. Paul. And then started my little business. I worked there at the high school. And I never found a job. This was it. So,
You stayed right
yep.
there.
So we're working on 50 years here next year. So
Unbelievable.
it's been fun.
Yeah.
Met a lot of people. The people in South St. Paul are great, and that's a great town to have a business, small business,
Yeah.
and to be in 50 years and still be around is something to brag about. So
Yeah, absolutely. And we can't forget Inver Grove,
Yep.
where you live. You were also a big supporter over
Yep.
there. You got a lot of
I'm a
customers.
supporter of Inver Grove also. So,
Yeah.
but my heart is in South St. Paul. So.
Yeah, that's most of us. So before we get started, I always like to ask people a little bit so that the listeners know or learn a little bit more about Steve Mankowski. So, what's your favorite music? Your favorite band? If you're going to put something on, what's playing in Steve's car today?
I'd like WDGY, believe it or not, because I'm from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and they have great music. So
Okay.
I'm a WDGY guy.
WDGY. I
Yep.
love it. Yeah. So, what's your favorite sports team?
My favorite sports team, believe it or not, is the Minnesota Twins. So, I mean, I have a granddaughter that's playing for the 14 years old, playing for the Minnesota Ice out there in Farmington, and she's been even in Budapest, Hungary, playing ball last summer. So I mean, she's having a good time. And then I have another granddaughter that's 16 years old, and I think she's either going to be a lawyer or a politician. She's leaning that way. So I got two smart granddaughters.
Oh,
So
that's great.
but-
And the Twins are your favorite.
yep, right now, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Even though
Even-
I don't agree with what they did already, but
Yeah. And that's a whole nother podcast. And
Yeah.
so you're busy. You got festivals you do. You're a volunteer for everything. What do you do in your free time? If Steve's going to put the schedule together, what is it?
I like to sit in my backyard and have a brewski once in a while, and I do like gardening. I do love that, so I have a lot of tomato plants and stuff. So yeah, gardening and just relaxing in the evening and sitting in the dark with a little candle,
Yeah.
kind of listening for the weird things out there.
Simple. A
Yeah,
simple
simple
life.
things,
I
yes.
love it. So for those that don't know about it, what is On the Road Again Festival?
It's a fall festival. Me and Walt started about I think it is 38 years ago, and was just a little block party that's gotten out of control, and now we're doing the side streets and that. And it was kind of really weird. We did a car show, and the first year we only had 10 cars. It was kind of disappointing. And then Walt, I don't know how he ever did it, but out in Vegas, he found Tony Buss and the Country Cousins, and they came to town, and they played for a couple years and stuff like that. I think Tony Buss sold about 54 albums. So, I mean, he had some albums out
Yeah.
there, but he never really got really big or anything. That we always said that we had to go get him from Las Vegas, and he was always booked and everything. We made sure that the first Saturday in October that he would arrive. So, and it's changed now, and now we're getting into the music has changed as the years go by and stuff like that, and now it's a huge success.
Yeah, it is. And it's always the first weekend in October.
Yep. And this year it's CB Day, Truckers 10-4, so it should be easy to remember. So, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I'm on the board for Kaposia Days. I kind of take 2 weeks off, and then I go on there. I've been president of Kaposia Days 3 times, and I've been on the board for 31 years, I guess. So
Yeah.
once I'm on there, it's hard to get rid of me, I guess. So,
Yeah.
but
Well, and you show up. That's
and
the
I
thing
show
about
up, yep.
Steve Mankowski.
Yep.
Steve shows up, and if you need volunteers, you'll find him.
yep, that's for sure. I hope so.
Yeah. Well, so the festival in my lifetime, it started because the road was down and construction, and then the business people got together and said, "Hey, we need to get the show on the road again
Yes.
and get business back down here." So
Yep.
that's how it really started
Yep. And that
way
was
back when.
That was an easy thing to event to say on the road again, because we just put everything on the road. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when that happened back then, different business district, times have changed. A
Yep.
lot of different things have happened
Yes.
throughout the years on Southview Boulevard.
Yep.
And fast forward to a couple of years ago, it happened again where we had to displace you for a whole summer.
Yep.
And the business climate changed. Because there's not as many that there used to be on Southview Boulevard
Correct.
of businesses. But so did that change how on the road again happened, or did the business community changes doesn't matter to the
It really
festival?
doesn't matter, no. I mean, the community or the, merchants and that are very good about supporting it financially. I mean, it's around the $14,000 to put it on for that day. I mean, you have porta potties, you have licenses and
Dumpsters.
stuff, and, even the state of Minnesota gets into it with the Department of Health and Department of Agriculture, so yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And you manage all of that, and you've managed all of that for 37 years.
that is correct.
What is that like? Is that a huge responsibility and a pressure on you, or is it just Steve and we just do what we do?
That's we do what we do. So I don't panic. I don't get stressed out or anything like that. And even the day of, we try to get everything set up the week before so I can kind of relax. And if there's any things that come up that we don't expect, we can fix them right away. So yes,
And over the 37 years, it's been rain or shine, right?
correct. Yeah.
There's no canceling. Has there ever been a cancel on the road again?
No, we have never. We had snow one year. I think we had an inch and a half and stuff like that. And everybody said, "Why don't you have it a lot earlier?" Well, it's a fall festival, and it is in the fall, so
Yeah.
October's fall to me, so
Yeah. And I think if you would to ever think about changing it, or even back in the beginning stages of it to change the dates, I think you would have a far different festival than you have today because it is the quintessential fall event.
yep. Generally, it's the last car show of the year, and it's just everybody's packing up, and there's a lot of, Christmas stuff. You can do Christmas shopping. We have over 100 arts and craft vendors, and the car show went from 10 the first year to over 200 now, so we're doing side streets, and, unfortunately, the duck races have been canceled this year because they just can't get enough volunteers to do this.
Yeah.
And I don't ask for any volunteers or help until probably 3 weeks before the event, and that way, if I ask them in July, they've got a couple months to figure out an excuse not to help,
Right.
but so we do it about 3 weeks. You get there at 7 o'clock, and by 9:30, it's up and running all by itself.
Yep.
And we've been very fortunate that I have really a lot of people that I know that say, yeah, they don't turn me down. So
Right. And is it old lore or is it true? You can tell us right now that weeks before the event, you always write a little check to all the churches and ask, you pray
yep,
for good weather.
I do that September 13th on the and yeah, September 13th. I don't care if it's a Friday or not, and 13 churches get $20 a piece, praying for good weather. And the one year I didn't do it, it rained cats and dogs. So I'm a firm believer that that guy up
Superstitious
there, yep,
a little bit.
helps us out.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm right there with you. Now, as you think about this started in the beginning, was it based around your shop there at Southview 66? And because it's grown all the way from
Right.
12th to 4th, right? Or
Yeah,
3rd,
right now, yeah, Jack Lee now has her on the street thing, which is
chalk art.
chalk art, which has been very successful. I kind of a little bit about it, but it's very successful. She's got people coming up from Iowa, for God's sakes,
Yeah.
to help out here and do it. And you go down there, and it's
Isn't
unbelievably,
it?
it's just
The talent.
unbelievable the talent that's around.
And it all washes away
Yeah,
when it's
it's
all when the
gone.
rain.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
it's an amazing
Yes,
talent,
it is
and it's
amazing.
for that small moment of time that
Mm-hmm.
we get to experience it
Yep,
and watch those artists
yep.
do that chalk art.
Yep, and they do it in such a hurry. I mean, it's not the night before or anything like that.
Right.
It's they're there, and then within an hour or two, it's done. Unbelievable.
And then people get to enjoy it and watch it. And
Yep.
so all of the years, all of the people, all of the, the ups and downs, do you have a favorite memory when maybe somebody visited? I know you talked about the early band, but is there anything that taps in your mind of a past time that was like, that was pretty interesting?
Well, I used to kind of wrestle in the squared circle and I knew Jesse Ventura, and I think I know he was running for governor then, and he happened to show up, and he doesn't like booyah, but he came in, and that was really good. And we've had Henry Boucher, and he signed some autographs and stuff. He was played for the Minnesota North or Wild, I guess, and he played for the Detroit Red Wings. So I mean, so we've had a couple nice guests and stuff like that. So
Yeah, you've had some celebrity
yep,
judges and so forth. A lot of political people because it is right before
yep,
the political season. So
yep.
you've cycles of those have come
Oh
through.
yes,
Any memorable
definitely.
there?
Um, Not really. Probably Hubert Humphrey's wife. She was a judge one year, so and that was really kind of nice, kind of cool.
Yeah, really
But,
cool. All the local legends there. Well,
yeah.
you've asked me to help, and I've made some calls out. We've got a few chefs who are going to help us this year be judges, a
Mhm.
few celebrities,
Yep.
so to speak. And so I don't know if we want to talk about the ones that we've invited and the ones that are coming, but the Booyah is a contest that's within On the Road Again.
Correct. Me and Walt decided to have the two combined, and it would be a better of event, and which it is, and a successful event. It's very competitive,
It is.
and we get 8 to 10, and now we're expecting maybe 12 or something like that. We're
Teams that cook all
that
night
team.
long.
Yep, they start at 7 o'clock at night, and they cook all night long, and none of them drink beer. They're all sober,
Sure.
but and it's fun. They start serving at 11 o'clock, and there's probably maybe 8 to 1,200 gallons, and unbelievable. It's gone by 1:30, 2 o'clock.
It is.
It's just unbelievable.
And
Oh,
so people can expect to start coming in at 9 in the morning.
correct. Yeah.
And they won't get booyah yet. They can come
No.
down, they'll smell that aroma, they'll go look at
Oh
the
God. Yeah.
teams, they'll talk to the
Yep.
teams because the teams are out there trying to
Yes. Yeah.
get people to get ready to try their booyah. The booyah starts at 11
Yep.
serving.
Serving is 11. Judging is at 2 o'clock. We also have pickles, and that's been a kind of a weird thing. I mean, you got to have homemade pickles, and they have to be cucumbers. It can't be watermelon or beans or anything like that. They have to be pickles. They can be hot pickles, dill pickles, sweet pickles, and then we judge also at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's fun. They get a trophy. We can't, unfortunately, because of rules, that we can't financially give them any money, but
Bragging
yeah,
rights.
and it's bragging rights, and we, believe it or not, have as many as 35 different pickles.
I, I believe it because I am a pickle judge,
Sure.
and I sat next to one of the best pickle judges for a few years, which
Mhm.
was Mr. Voyevich,
Mhm.
and he would tell you like it is when it came to a pickle. He would
Yes.
call it an
Yep.
S pickle, throw it out,
Yep.
don't even bother with that one.
One thing, you can't swallow, you can't spit it out. You gotta
You
eat,
got to eat it.
you gotta suffer.
I'll never forget the year that we had the pickles judges. We're doing the judging, and this woman came up and said, "How did mine do?" We said, "We don't know. They're all, whatever, So she says, "Well, mine was this number," and so we said, "No, that was a terrible. That was a terrible pickle." And she goes, "Oh, I've never made them before." And so I thought I'd put some in, and I said, "You didn't even taste your pickles before you put them in for a
Yep.
contest?" And she didn't. She's like,
Yep.
"No, I just put them in." And I'm like, "Well, no wonder you didn't
Yep.
win anything."
Yep.
So the ones that win tend to be those tried and true pickle
Correct. Yep.
recipes that have go on
That's
and
for
on.
sure. Grandma's recipe and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So yeah.
And that's fun. And you get some celebrities there too. You get ambassadors from Kaposia Days. You
Yes.
get
Winter
Angie Craig,
Carnival.
Winter Carnival.
Winter Carnival.
And that's
Yep.
more of a fun
Yes.
thing. The
Yep.
Booyah is really serious, and
This
it's become more
It's
serious.
become really serious. So,
Yeah,
and it's the world championship, booyah.
yeah.
So, yep, it's fun.
It is fun. So tell us a little more about what else is happening that day, because again, it starts at 9. People can come and craft, and they can get pork chops on a stick, and they can get pickles and whatever else. Right? What else is
Yeah,
down there?
we will have probably 15 or maybe more food trucks. So, I mean, and it's quite a variety. I try to make sure there's only one mini donut guy or one
Sure.
cheese curd guy. I don't want any duplicates, and so it's kind of like the state fair. The car show, like I said, is put on by the Medallions, and they've done this for quite a few years. And it just was. I met a long time ago. I just met the owner that was running the Medallions, and I asked him if he'd kind of helped me out because 10 cars wasn't doing it.
Yeah,
So, and we used to have a petting zoo, but we've had some issues with I would say agriculture
sure.
and COVID came around and
Right.
that kind of killed a few things. So
Changed it just like the duck race, kind of
correct.
ran
Yep.
its course
Hmm.
within the festival. But let's go back to the car show. So the car show is run independently as well.
Yes,
So you worked with them, but they don't pay you. You don't pay them,
I
or
do pay
you
them.
pay them.
Yep.
Okay, and so they give trophies out and they give an award out
Hmm.
or a
Yes.
cash prize.
Yep.
Okay, so if I'm a car guy, how do I just drive up and say I want to put my car in?
Correct. You drive up the day of. So, and because a lot of people, the weather, you never know,
Sure,
and they don't want to. I think it's $10 to get in,
it is.
and for some reason, $10 means a lot to some of these people.
Yeah.
But
Well,
some of these cars are $30,000, $40,000.
yeah.
So I
Well, the
mean,
paint jobs
yeah,
on them are
the paint, yep,
unbelievable. And then
unbelievable.
they
And
sit
just
next to my car, my '53 Oldsmobile, which
sure,
is just a garage find, right? That,
yeah,
and we put it out there every year just because it's a cool car
yep,
and fun for
yep,
people to go look at and question, because it's kind of a rat rod. There's
yeah,
different pieces to it.
and your headlights work now.
And
So
my headlights work,
yep.
yeah.
So
All right. Over at Southview 66.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and South St. Paul Lions, they'll have their beer garden,
Yep.
and they are selling raffle tickets. It's $10 for the raffle ticket, and um, first prize is $1,000. The second prize is 700, and the third prize is 300. The drawing will be held during the booyah contest and the also with the pickles too. So between that, so
And all that happens essentially on the main stage, which is in the All-State parking lot
correct.
in the open parking lot. There's usually a stage set up.
Yep.
Sometimes there's tents, but that's where all the booyah tents
Yes.
go around that
All the
parking lot.
booyah is 820 Southview Boulevard to be.
820 Southview Boulevard.
And then this year we have Midwest Fence has donated the band this year, and Vivian Hayes is going to play from I think 11 to 4. So
That's a long time
that's a long time. But we got about an hour break because of the judging
judging.
and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
you can go have a Coca-Cola and a pork chop on a stick or something.
So this is Conversations in South St. Paul. Someone might just pop this on Spotify and just learned about On the Road again, and so they're the first time person coming. Where should they go and where should they park to be able to come into the festival?
You have to park on the side streets, and sometimes you got to park 2, 3 blocks away. We have that many people. I think we have 11 to 12,000 people that show up for this event, and which is makes my heart go good
Yeah.
because you work so hard for it and you want it to be successful, and it is successful,
Yeah.
and you just kind of feel good about yourself.
Yeah, and a day like today would be
Oh my
ideal.
gosh,
Just
yeah, that would
a
be.
nice, cool, warm,
Yep,
nice breeze, sun's out.
yep,
And usually that's the weather that we get in that first
yep.
October. Sometimes there's some sleet and rain, like you
Yep.
talked about.
We have from Little Elko Speedway. We have the little cars now for kids, and they're not gonna be running because of insurance things, but your son or your daughter can sit in it and you can take some pictures with them, and they're cool cars.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I always thought about as a kid and my whole life coming through this. You have events and things that get families out to explore just right here in town. And you brought these guys up from Elko, I think last year, 2 years
Yep.
ago. And I saw them and I thought, brilliant. You have these people who are racing these cars and they're young people as well.
They're kids.
Yeah, they're kids.
I think 12 years old and you're out. So
Yeah, and they're explaining to other kids
Yep.
how they could get into this. And it's just, you can see
Right.
the imagination going on
Yep.
and how excited people
Mhm.
are.
and we're gonna have a bass boat again this year where the kids can cast into a 5-gallon pail. If they hit the pail, they'll get a little lure of some sort and stuff like that. So there'll be some prizes. We also have inflatables, and we have a little train ride so the kids can go tour
Yeah.
down the street and everything. And yeah, it's a great time.
You have craft vendors that are residents who this is what they do. They find all their crafts all year long.
Yep.
They buy their booth from you. They get their number. They go down and they sell their wares. And anybody can do that, right?
Correct. Yes. Yep. We have 140 spots that we have, and we're almost full. So we have a lot of people that sign up for the next year. I mean, they go.
Early.
It's kind of like going to a cabin. I want to make my
Reservation.
reservations for next year or so. We have a few people that do that.
Yeah,
So
it's an annual, literally an annual tradition for
yeah,
thousands of people.
yes,
Along houses along there. I've already been invited to two house parties on the street. One's
sure,
on the south, one's on the north,
yep,
or east and west, I guess it would be for Selfie Boulevard,
right,
where they host all of their friends, their coworkers. They don't provide them parking. They just say you got to get to our house, and then
yeah,
we're having stuff for after. And at 5 o'clock, you close down,
yeah.
right?
It's done, and by 6:30, you don't know anything happened.
Yeah, street gets back opened.
Yep,
Traffic starts flowing again.
yep.
People are home, excited. Now, one of the other things.
Tired, some of them are.
Very tired. One of the other things I love, because I did just as we talk about it, I see the visuals of the wagons with people would put their either with the kids or no kids, but they put their chairs in there. They bring their booyah pots, their own crock pots, so that they can taste a bowl and then go buy a pot from
Yep,
somebody.
somebody,
That's an annual tradition for people too.
yes, yeah,
And if
yeah,
you're like Councilmember Kalzeski, tries to get in on that booyah judging, and then he takes everybody's bowls and he pours it into
yeah,
one
yeah.
bucket, and he has his own.
Don't throw it away. Put it in that bucket.
Yeah, and he has his own booyah of booyah, which
Yeah,
is just
yep,
to me it's brilliant
yep.
that he thinks about that.
Now then you have the Lutheran Church, which is right next door to them, and that's what they do. They make chili. The congregation makes chili, and they put it all together, and then they sell out of chili like really early too.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Again, another tradition. The church and
yep,
all their parishioners
yep,
put that together.
yep.
And sometimes people just don't like booyah. They don't.
Correct.
Either the smell, the it's too hot, or whatever.
Yeah,
So you have many options of food. You've got,
correct.
like you said before, you've got about 15 food vendors, and
Mhm,
you don't like to double them up. So everybody has their own
correct.
kind
Yeah,
of competition.
yeah. It's basically that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a great time. I mean, I'm satisfied with the way it goes, and everybody says it's got to be tough, but as you do it continuously,
Right.
especially for 37 years,
Yeah.
it's a routine. You have it all up in your head.
Yep.
So
And you have a notebook and you have your people, and like you said,
yep,
you go the week
yep,
before, you chalk out the marks, you have volunteers that go do that.
yep. People go like, "Well, how often do you meet on your committee?" And I said, I am the committee, so there's not too much.
Meeting. It's
Yeah, that's
not
me.
no red
I
tape.
know what's going on, and what's going to happen and stuff like that. I also would like to thank the South St. Paul Police and the
Right.
reserves.
Yeah.
I mean, they are out there. They're making sure everything is safe and sound, and we haven't had any, knock on wood, any incidents or anything like that. I think we had a bee sting or something like that, but
Lost parent.
yeah, a lost parent. Yep, a
Yeah.
parent got lost, and yeah. So other than that, it's been really successful.
Yeah, they are. Thank you for saying that. And of course, that tradition for the police and fire is the same as well. They plan their shifts around walking up and down and being a part of that.
Correct.
Call in some others.
Yep.
And it has, knock on wood, the safety incidences and those kinds of things are good. But I think that's really because of the community aspect of it. This is a community, family friendly
Mhm.
event. This isn't a barn burner. Let's booze it up, or let's
Right. Yep.
watching fist fights, or let's go there to do nefarious stuff. It's all about getting ready. Christmas gifts, fall items, all the things you want to taste. I mean, there's caramel apples, there's pickles, there's people have their fruits and their vegetables, all their canned stuff, which
Mini
again,
donuts, if you want a hero or whatever, or gyro, or you can have one.
yeah, cotton candy,
Yes.
ice cream.
Yep.
It's all there for you
All there. Yep.
to enjoy.
It's a great time, and it's all in one spot, so it's not all spread out, and it's a safe environment.
Yeah,
Very
I know
safe.
some people that don't even. They start on 12th. They park at, they'll go up to Nolan's, or they'll park up on 13th or whatever,
Mhm.
and then walk down, and they don't even get past 9th.
No.
And they just stop right there, and they do their thing, and there's so much stuff between 12th and 9th
Mhm.
that they don't go any farther. But there's so much from 9th to 3rd that is unbelievable. Again, like
Yeah.
and fines that you'll go through and go, man, that's perfect for my cabin. I need that for my graduation gift, or a Christmas gift.
Where did I get them homemade mittens and stuff like that?
Right.
And yeah, there's a lot of different crafters, and there's some flea market. The flea market is kind of starting to thin out a little bit. There's more crafters and that, and I'm amazed at how many people from South St. Paul do crafts.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of South St. Paul people that do there. We have a couple class reunions. They go like instead of trying to get together, we're going to get together on the road again.
Yeah.
So it's
Well, last year I remember I was booth next to the class of '75,
yeah,
which is the year I was born,
sure,
and they were there just being out to get their classmates that would happen
yeah,
to see the sign and say,
yep,
"Hey, do you know we lost track of you? Let's do it." Which I think again is an
yeah,
awesome thing.
an awesome thing. Also,
All the churches and nonprofits, they all have the same ability, and we see a lot of those that have
mhm,
booths there, whether it's informational or they're trying to sell
mhm,
something to raise money for their
yep,
organization. But they can do that as well. They just reach out to you.
correct.
So how does somebody listening here reach out to you?
We have on the road. No, it's not on the road again. That's a different one. You can contact us at southview66 at outlook.com. And like I say, it gets filled up pretty
So
fast.
they can come into Southview
They can,
66
they
right
can,
there.
yep. I know we have a lady that's working with Medicare and stuff, and she's going to have an informational booth. So,
Great.
yeah, and you're going to have Town Square Television there.
Are they going to
And
have a
it's all,
booth or are they going to cover it again?
they're going to have a booth.
Wonderful.
So, yep,
Look for volunteers, look for
yep,
story ideas.
yep,
That's so cool.
yep.
Yeah, last year we had, with your help, thank you, we were able to get some government agencies, the MPCA over there to talk to people about the Pig's Eye landfill
Hmm.
and what's happening with that. And so that's, again, it's not common for people to know. So they come to our festival to let 15,000 people know that this is going on.
Yeah.
And it's really helpful.
Yep.
So you'll have that again too. So
Oh, yeah.
right along with the vendors, right along with the stuff, there is some public service announcements that are
Right.
happening out there.
Yeah, yeah, even the South St. Paul football, South St. Paul basketball, South St. Paul hockey, uh, they're all involved. I mean, they have their little booths and
Yeah.
sign up things, and yeah, it's a community thing.
Yeah,
It's a
it
community event,
really is.
definitely community.
It's our state fair. It's
Yep.
South St. Paul State Fair.
Sure, yep,
Because we all have so much pride in it, and we're so appreciative of you coming on Conversations in
problem.
South St. Paul to talk about it, and not only just be here to talk and share with it, but also um, just for your hard work behind the scenes.
Thank
You
you.
know, and one of the questions is how does somebody volunteer? Well, you already answered that.
Yeah.
You don't need a volunteers.
I do the day of, and then that's it. Like 2.5 hours, you can go home. Well,
Yeah.
don't go home.
Right.
Enjoy the scenery.
The scenery, yeah,
Yeah.
do the rest of it. But this year's done. You've got it kind of all. It's geared for success already. Tell me about, in our last couple minutes here. Tell me about the future of On the Road Again. What do you see it just continuing to be the same thing? Moving up to that 40-year mark.
I'm moving up to the 40-year-old mark, and I'm hoping a group takes over. I mean, I do have everything all written down and stuff, and when to order porta potties, when to
Sure.
order all this other stuff that needs to be done. When do you talk to the county about
Buses.
and the closing the road and stuff like that? I mean, there's a lot of little things that people don't really realize that you have to do. Go for one call 4 days before the event so they can check out the ground rods that we put in for the electricity and stuff like that. So
Yeah. So yeah, because you provide some electricity for some of the vendors.
I used to, and they got a little bit expensive, so we just do the electricity for the bands right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what you're saying is it not going to end anytime soon. It's gonna continue on the way it is.
I really hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great. Whoever does it, I mean, I will volunteer. So
Right.
if you have a committee, I'll be on it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, great, Steve. Anything I didn't ask you about On the Road Again that maybe you want to let people know, or do you want to again give any kind of plug back?
Well, like I say, we have the arts and crafts, and we have the booyah competition, and the medallion car show, live music. Like I said, sponsored by Midwest Fence, and it's Vivian Hayes this year. And we have the beer garden with Lions, which is over at the Midwest One Bank parking lot. They have raffle tickets, $10. You can win 1,000. We have a bass boat, bass boat, and a little fishing for the kids. Pickle contest, and also we have the little midget car shows, and we have that chalk art by Jack Lee. So,
Yeah, it's another fun-filled,
Yep.
packed
and we have-
day.
and inflatables.
Inflatables. The kids can go get these
Yep.
wiggles out.
Yep.
It's for families. It's for individuals. It's for neighbors. Come on down.
Yep.
Send them all to South St. Paul on Truckers Holiday 10-4.
Yep. 10-4. You will have a great day.
All right. That's Steve Mankowski, and we've been talking with Conversations in South St. Paul.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.